The Brotherhood's siege is in vain. I am Dracul, Prince of Darkness.
Hello there, Sarah from 17 once again. This is my Castlevania, Lords of Shadow 2, Prince of Darkness difficulty walkthrough. We're about to do some more rat stealth in the future, because that's how we roll. And when we come back, you're going to notice that instead of stealth, there's going to be standard enemies here now. And this is one of the soldiers from the castle. And once again, you get to practice your sync block, you get to practice juggling him. And he's just a fun enemy to fight. And watch the grab, you see this? Did you see that just then? 2 whiffed grabs and whiffed grabs when he was on the ground. For some reason, don't ask me why, and I would love to have an answer if I could question the people who did this, but they've murdered the grab. This game is, for all intents and purposes, a very pretty, thematically different God of War clone. It's what it is, it's what the combat came from, it's the influence that the devs had when they made it. God of War has the most overpowered grab in any game ever made. It is amazing, it's one of the best features of that game because it gives you safety in a game which is already incredibly safe. And it also gave you range. And on Castlevania Lords of Shadows, you could grab people across the fucking room. You could grab them on the ground, you could grab them at any time. It was amazingly powerful, amazingly useful, and it worked as a grab should. On this game, for some reason, I don't know if Dracula doesn't want to break his nails or if he's just gone all effeminate in his old age, but he can't grab something that's more than a yard in front of him. Like, you will literally miss grabs, and you can't grab people on the ground. There's no grab priority whatsoever. And the time it takes an enemy to stand up from being stunned on the ground to be able to be grabbed, you can be killed by someone else who's got a gun, off-screen, shooting you. Like, did people even play this game? Did people play these sections? It's baffling. And instead, what they really focused on was rat navigation in air ducts. Because if you did a census right now, ladies and gentlemen, the one underrepresented aspect of video games is vents. You don't see them in any games, you don't crawl through them in any games, they just don't happen, and it makes no sense. Why is there not more vents in video games? There's loads of stuff in video games. Why can't we have air ducts? There's no air ducts. Ever. Not even once. But this is another stealth section, and you don't have to come away from being a rat on that. I just did it to have a look at the room, because this is only my second playthrough, and while I am aware of what the game wants me to do, it does often take a little bit of a reminder in my brain. And this game is such a strange thing. Like, I keep coming back to it, but it's weird. It's so weird. Like, a lot of people saying, oh, why are you turning into a rat? Why have they got you doing rat bullshit? Dracula's not a rat, he's a Prince of Darkness. This cable's a pain in the ass. Absolute pain in the ass. It does 2 cheeky flicks before it settles, and sometimes it can be difficult to tell. Like, look at that! Did you see that? It didn't even touch me! Madness! Sparta! Bastards! But a lot of people have been really against the stealth, and I understand it completely, I do, because it's just so silly. But Dracula could turn into animals. The myth of Dracula is ripe with him turning into creatures of the night. That's where he got the name, Creature of the Night, He turned into bats, he turned into wolves, he turned into maybe rats, who knows? There's a lot of stuff you could have done with creatures, with rats, man. There's 1,000,001 things you could do with rats that's more interesting than what the game has you doing. There really is. It's just, it never tried. It had this notion of splitting the game up in between sections and having you doing stuff like this, which is, it's like Prototype. Maybe they played Prototype and thought, whoa, the Web of Intrigue stuff looked really cool, I'll have some of that. But the Web of Intrigue added something to Prototype. It explained aspects of the game. It was a side mechanic in a sandbox. In this game, it just makes you wish you were doing something different, because the game is so much fun when you're doing the parts that are strong. When you're doing these moments, you just kind of left to baffle, who said this was a good idea, and how the hell did that person get in charge of anything? because I wouldn't trust him with a fucking taco. But thank you for watching, guys, and as always, you take care now.